In this video, we're going to talk about speeding up the fretting hand. Right, now, if you've watched the previous video in this series, this is something that is absolutely essential to building speed. So we're going to look at the fretting hand, and you have to understand that this is something you want to be doing at the same time as step one. This should be happening simultaneously. So you're not just going to focus on your picking hand for several weeks and then go to the fretting hand. You just want to be doing these at the same time. So we're going to talk about hammer-ons and pull-offs, or legato, right? So you really want to be strengthening your fingers with this. Now, a lot of people don't understand that it has to do with strength because they think, well, you should be relaxing everything, right? Well, yeah, you will get there, but for now, what you really need to do is build strength in these individual fingers, because right now they're probably going to be weak. They're not going to be able to reliably hold their position. And if a finger can't hold its position, it tends to rush in front of the beat, and that way you can't build timing. And if you can't build timing, you're unable to build hand synchronization, and if you can't build hand synchronization, then you can't build speed. So you can see how it all falls apart right back here at the beginning if you don't do this step, okay? So we're talking literally, you're going to be doing your hammer-ons with your whole tone, you're going to be doing your hammer-ons with your semitone, like that, and you want to be doing it with all fingers, like that. And that's why I told you to go and get the warm-up in the previous video, because the exercise really focuses on that area, and you want to get them good in the traditional 3-note per string positions. And if you get good at that position, for example, that sets you up for this shape, because you can't do this shape if you've got no power or strength or stamina with this, okay? The same goes for this, for example, the index finger and the third finger with the whole tone. If you can't do this and you can't do it in time, reliably at all, then you're not going to be able to do stuff like this. Forget about it, right? Forget about it. And the same thing when it comes to the little finger, right? So if you can't do stuff like this reliably, I mean, you don't have to be super fast, just a bit more reliable than where you're at now. If you're not able to do stuff like this, then you can't do stuff like this. Because if you haven't got the basic strength and reliability of each individual finger, then you're not going to be able to move on and do stuff like these 3-note per string shapes, and then you're not going to be able to do legato patterns that cross the neck. Like that, okay? So that's why that is so important. Most people skip this step because it's not really interesting. They just want to get to the shredding, right? And one thing I have to say before I leave is that everybody really overestimates the capability of their fretting hand. Everybody thinks their fretting hand is better than it is. So that is why you need to work on those. It's not particularly exciting. That's why people skip it. But don't make that mistake, right? Don't be one of those people that skips that stuff, because you won't build hand synchronization, then you'll never be able to build speed. So go grab the warm-up. It's just, you don't have to download anything. Just put it in your email. You'll get free streaming for life, all right? You don't have to do anything else, and then you can just apply those exercises. And then as we go through this series, you'll start seeing how it all comes together. Brilliant. So I'll see you guys next week for the next episode. Be there.